Are waking up. The first moment is hazy. Then the cold hits you. Not the biting cold of winter, but the damp chill of London in the spring of 1348. Moisture that seeps into the bones. Your hard straw mattress offers no real warmth. You hear roosters crowing outside, but the sound is different this time. There is a strange note in the air, a heaviness that almost deafens. Slowly you remember you are not in your own home. You are in a small hut, a single room, where you sleep with your entire family. You open your eyes fully. Dim light slips through a small opening in the wall. There is no glass in the windows. You smell smoke rising from the fire that nearly went out in the center of the room, mixed with the scent of stored onions and cabbage, and the smell of livestock that shares the house at night for warmth. You shift and hear the rustle of straw. You look around. The place is crowded. Your father stirs in his sleep, his face wrinkled with fatigue and labor. Your mother is already awake, kneeling by the fire trying to coax it back to life. Your younger siblings are curled together like puppies. Your stomach is empty. You will eat today if you can find food. You step outside. The morning air is sharp. The dirt road in your small village near the Thames is slick from last night's rain. Rain, blessing and curse alike. It waters the crops and washes filth through streets filled with animal waste. You see your neighbor opening his hut door, nodding a tired greeting. Then you hear hooves. A rider on horseback coming from the road that leads to London. The horse is moving fast. The rider, a messenger or a trader, his face pale beneath his hood. He does not stop. He passes quickly, leaving behind a spray of mud. You watch him, a traveler from the city. And then a troubling thought pierces you, one you have pushed away for days. The city means sickness, the Black Death, the Great Plague. It has arrived. London, the bustling city not far away, has breathed its first infected breath. The news reaches you at first as faint whispers. It is said to have begun in the east, in a distant land called China. Then in Italy, aboard merchant ships. And now, here. You speak with a neighbor on the way to the fields. In a hushed voice, he tells you that 2 sailors died in the port of Southampton with strange symptoms. He does not know the details, nor do you. No one truly knows anything. The only knowledge available is that death comes swiftly and terribly. In the field, you work. The sun rises shyly. You plow the land or tend the sheep. The labor is harsh, but it keeps you occupied. Still, your eyes drift toward the road. Who will come today? Who will bring the next piece of news? Your day passes outwardly as usual, planting, weeding, mending a fence. But something is different. The church bell tolls. It tolls more than usual. Not for prayer, but for something else. You hear it at noon. Then again, shortly after. In the evening, you return to the hut. Your mother prepares lentil soup. The smell fills the space, but the air is heavy. Your father is silent. The neighbors gather outside, whispering. You draw closer and hear the words. Swelling. Fever. Quick death. Someone says that the farmer's daughter in the neighboring village developed the lump on her neck the size of a chicken's egg and died 2 days later. The words fall on you like frost. No one knows how to prevent it. The priests say it is God's wrath. The doctors, if any can be found, are powerless. Known remedies are bloodletting, placing dried frogs on the swellings, or repentance and prayer. Night falls again. You are inside the hut. The fire struggles, trying to drive away the damp. One of the literate members of the family, if there is one, reads a prayer from a small book. Your mother sings a lullaby to the little ones in a trembling voice. Then you hear it. From afar, the creaking of wheels. A mournful rattle. The death cart. It moves at night, collecting bodies from houses. It stops in the village. It does not visit your house tonight, thank God. But you hear a woman's cry in the distance, a muffled scream piercing the mud walls of the hut. You sleep. But sleep does not come easily. You hear your heartbeat. You wonder if this is your last day. You think about how the plague does not distinguish between old and young, rich and poor. The only difference is that the wealthy can flee to distant estates, and you cannot. You are here. Your fate is tied to this land, to this hut. You feel fear, real fear, seeping into the marrow of your bones. Not just fear of death, but fear of dying alone, separated from all you know. The plague ends everything. Family, friendship, the future. You feel your mother's hands touch your forehead, checking your temperature. She is relieved that it is cool. She smiles at you in the darkness, a smile carrying hidden sorrow. You both know she may not be there tomorrow to do it again. The next morning comes, as heavy as the one before. But today, there is a knock at the door. Not gentle, it is the priest, or his assistant. His face is pale, his eyes sunken. He says that someone has died. Your neighbor, the one who greeted you yesterday. He and his wife. The children are alone now in the hut. He asks for your help. You go. You stand at the threshold. You look inside. You see the two bodies wrapped in a single cloth. The smell has begun. You force yourself to enter and help carry them out. No one dares kiss them goodbye. Touch is forbidden now. Emotions are shortened. You carry them to the waiting death cart. You hear the children crying inside. You do not know what to do for them. You bring them to your house for now. Your mother feeds them without a word. Tears stream down her cheeks, but she keeps working. This is life now, a loop of labor, prayer, fear, and death. You no longer know who will remain by the end of the week. You no longer count days. You count only the number of shuttered houses. The bells ring constantly until they become background noise. You notice them only when they suddenly stop, in a strange moment of silence. The land is somewhat neglected. No one cares as they once did. Why plant carefully if you do not know who will eat? Why plan for tomorrow if tomorrow may not come? In the evening, you sit outside the hut and look at the sky. The sky turns orange. The air is unnaturally still. Even the animals seem quiet. You feel the world changing. The end of the Christian world as you know it. When you look around, you see a future of dust and bones. But deep inside, you feel something else. The instinct to survive. The stubbornness of life clinging with its fingernails against this black death. You close your eyes. You hear the whisper of the wind. You remember the faces of those who have gone. And you prepare for another morning, if there is one.